Hi, I'm Alan Clay from Dwarf Planet University. We've discovered 10 new outer planets in recent years, and these represent new aspects of consciousness that are coming available to us. This video looks at the new moon aspects with these planets to see their influence in the month ahead. So we're coming up to the next new moon in Pisces on the 28th of February. The moon in Pisces is ultra-sensitive and a little bit psychic. So these themes could manifest in our lives this month. Moon in Pisces wants to embrace everyone's experience. So we're likely to be community-minded this month and more sensitive than usual to the uniqueness of each of the people in our lives. This is a new goddess moon because it is semi-sextile, the goddess of love, Venus, at 11 degrees Eris, who is conjunct the goddess of higher love, Salacia, at 10 degrees. But the closest aspect, with just a 5-minute orb, is a semi-square to Eris, the goddess of diversity. So there is a flow with the feminine lover archetypes and a challenge from the feminine warrior archetype. Venus and Salacia conjunct are like a couple of young women out on the town, with Salacia encouraging Venus to let her hair down and be sexually adventurous. Eris is the sober chaperone who's going to make sure they get home safely after their big adventure. Venus is almost stationary in the sky as she is about to turn retrograde a couple of days after the new moon. So this suggests that we're shifting our view of relationships this month, looking more at our personal experience, as well as making sure we're at the center of a pumping party. The conjunction with the higher love consciousness of Salacia brings a deep sensitivity and a genuine love of life and humanity to that party. Salacia is all about intimate relationships, and she can give us an animal magnetism. Venus is our romantic relationships, so our need for intimacy this month will encourage us to let our hair down in our romantic relationships. When we're unconscious of the outer planet energies, they manifest differently in our lives than if we approach them in a more conscious, spiritual way. If we're not conscious of this intimate relationship dynamic this month, we might feel that we're not in control of our relationships or not able to change a situation that we're in. We could also feel relationship phobic, certain that we will be unable to find the right person and unwilling to make the compromises to make it work if we do. Or we might hide just at the right time to avoid commitment or confrontation. As we develop spiritually, our higher love consciousness enables us to weather both the material as well as the psychic storms in our lives. So the semisextile suggests that we can easily handle deeply difficult and troubling matters in our relationships this month. We could also be drawn to relationships which involve psychic phenomena such as hypnosis, telepathy, near-death experiences, synchronicity, or apparitional experiences. And at the highest level, Salacia can bring true love into our lives. Now, we've been following the cycle of intimacy with Salacia over the past few months, with each new moon aspecting her closely. I explained last month that if we're working with a service, marketing a product, or interfacing with the public in any way, we're also using our Salacia to be appealing to our customers or clients. And the semisextile with Salacia suggests that this month we can make ourselves or our product even more intimately part of the lives of those in our market or audience. The conjunction to Venus reinforces this, suggesting that we can connect intimately to people and impact their lives when we befriend them. This month, our customers are our friends. And the easiest way to befriend people is to share their values, which brings our sober chaperone into the equation. The semi-squared Eris, our diversity consciousness, is challenging us to embrace everyone as friends this month. Eris wants everyone to be included, and she wants no one to be judged. And we can see in some places in the world that the opposite of this is happening at the moment. This is how the challenge from Eris manifests. When we are unconscious of our Erisian energy, she encourages us to engage in discord and strife, so we learn to stop fooling ourselves or stop being fooled. As we develop a spiritual approach to our Eris, we can embrace a practice of love and sympathy. We realize that growing spiritually and pushing the boundaries of our understanding is challenging and uncertain, requiring a willingness to step out of our comfort zone and face potential obstacles, and that love and sympathy gives us the motivation and support we need to navigate these risks. At this spiritual level, Eris helps us to see clearly without preconceptions, and this enables us to keep our body and mind in harmony so that we are healthy and happy. When we embrace her fierce grace, she brings sacred wisdom into our lives. This may manifest as a spirit guide who can help us with sacred knowledge, or as a connection to our inner guide, the part of us that knows where we are in our dance with karma and dharma, and what is best in each situation. So the more you can connect with your sacred wisdom this month, the better you will be able to navigate the intimate girls' night out party that Venus and Salacia are bringing. So the semi-square to Eris can give us a female power this month as we ground our party in inclusive wisdom. Where the male power of Pluto and Mars is frequently coercive, Eris's power is more sensitive and gentle in its engagement, but it still rises to meet the needs of any challenge. If you've been following these videos over the last few months, you'll know that each new moon has been closely aspecting two other dwarf planets, Varuna, our new planet of mastery consciousness, and Kwawa, our planet of spirit consciousness. So the new goddess moon is in conjunct Varuna at 8 degrees Leo and sextile Kwawa at 11 degrees Capricorn. The in conjunct with Varuna tells us that we're at a fated point in the development of our sovereignty, where we're able to make changes in our lives. Sovereignty is a dance we do with the collective psyche. We have to claim it, and at the same time, others have to agree to give it to us. So this month, as we party with Venus and Salacia, we could find that we are claiming our sovereignty in a fated way. And the sextile to Kwawa is encouraging us to embrace practices that bring spirit into our physical lives. Song, dance, yoga, meditation, astrology, these are all practices that bring spirit into matter. Anything can be a practice to bring spirit into matter. And the more we can develop these spiritual practices in our lives this month, the better our inclusive party will be. So we're on a big outer planet journey in these months as we deal with the emotional, ego-based issues in our lives. This journey is all about our intimacy with others and with the world as a whole, the sovereignty that we have within that intimacy, the wisdom we gain through that experience, and the spiritual practices we have in our lives to sustain it. Enjoy. And search for the Dwarf Planet University online to check out our 6-week classes on the meaning of each of these planets in your birth chart. You don't need any prior astrological experience to do these classes. And while you're on the site, sign up for our email newsletter to get Dwarf Planet news and special deals on the classes. And buy a copy of my book, New Stars for a New Era, a consciousness workbook for our 10 new planets, to work out where these planets are for you and what they mean. You don't need any astrological experience or knowledge to read this book. And please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and let me know what you think in the comments. I love you all.